What's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, well, I just wanted to apologize for the sudden content drought. I haven't posted anything in almost a week, but I have my reasons, trust me. I've been cooking up something big, a project that took me all week to make that should hopefully be dropping soon. Maybe some copyright shenanigans may delay it by a bit, but I hope not. But anyway, that should be coming soon, and that's why I took a few days off. Not that I haven't been doing anything. Hopefully 2 more videos should come out this week before the big project drops, and next week I want to do a video on the Doomsday multimedia event because, well, someone has to. And I, of course, have some follow-ups to previous videos to get to as well. Thank you so much for the support over the recent days. I frankly never expected anything like this, and I'm eternally grateful for every like, comment, and subscribe. But now that I've gotten that out of the way, I think it's time I talk about the Meddling Monk, one of the Doctor's first true adversaries, and one that seemed to be lost to time, at least outside of the EU. Now, to not overcomplicate things, I will be shying away from the Monk's appearances in the expanded universe, but safe to say, the Monk is one of the most important characters in Doctor Who. But why? The Meddling Monk makes his first appearance in the 1965 story, The Time Meddler, in Season 2, and immediately things are not as they seem. Now, to put this in perspective, Doctor Who up to this point had had many historical adventures, as in stories which had taken place in the past, and had had no alien interference in them whatsoever. But the Time Meddler is where things start to change. The Doctor hears chanting from a monastery up the hill. In a twist that must have been shocking to audiences at the time, discovers that the sounds are merely a recording, and the only monk that we see perusing the monastery is in fact a time traveler. And not just any time traveler, he's the same as the Doctor, from the same place, same time. He even has his own TARDIS. Yes, the monk is a Time Lord. And by the way, can I just say how much I love the reveal of the monk's TARDIS? It is so cool to me. The monk is a Time Lord like the Doctor, the first other Time Lords shown on screen, although at this point they were not called Time Lords. That term would only be introduced in the War Game several years later, and the planet Gallifrey would only be invented several years after that. But in any case, this still marks a major milestone in the history of Doctor Who. And it doesn't hurt that this is also a pretty great episode. The Time Meddler is one of my favourites, bringing in Stephen, who is probably my current favourite First Doctor companion, who was of course introduced in the previous episode, but he only really became a companion here. It introduces the pseudo-historical format, which I am particularly fond of, and I just think the writing is really sharp here. I love this production. The monk's character is sneaky and selfish. He even has a calendar of all the important dates he wishes to change, all for his own ends, of course. The monk is defeated in the end, with the Doctor leaving him a note, revealing that he had shrunk the inside of his TARDIS to be the same dimensions as the outside, leaving the monk stranded in 1066. But this isn't the last we'd see of him, because the monk would reappear in the Daleks' Master Plan. If you guys know me, you know I love this one, and part of the reason is the monk's inclusion. Okay, that's not the main reason. I'll be telling tales that was the main reason, but still, it is awesome. The monk returns with little to no explanation given on how he escaped his previous predicament. Presumably he found a way to fix the issue with his TARDIS, as he is still using one here. This story is epic, with so many moving parts, one of which is the monk, who first sabotages the TARDIS, then has his TARDIS sabotaged. The betrayals just go back and forth. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think that, not including the Daleks, the monk is the first ever villain to ever get a rematch with the Doctor, / return as a villain in another episode following their first. Is that true? It feels like it's true. Feels true. The monk arrives on a volcanic planet and then Egypt before finally being left on an ice world, realizing the Doctor has stolen his directional controls, and now he is doomed to wander the universe aimlessly. And that's the last we see of him? On screen, that is, but still. What? That's how it ends? It literally ended with him being like, "I'll get you next time, Doctor," and he never shows up again. What the hell is that? Almost 60 years later and he's still never shown up? Almost like he's ripe to return. Maybe that's why I made the video, so everyone's caught up, you know, just in case. Now, I said I didn't want to go into any of the EU, but I feel like I have to. Just a little, you know? Don't worry, we won't be long. The Meddling Monk is such an intriguing character in the EU because of how often he treads over himself. So many different conflicting accounts are given, and the explanation is usually that he meddles with time so much that he is constantly tampering with his own timeline beyond repair. Or should I say, she. Big Finish has experimented with practically every part of the Doctor Who canon, including introducing the Nun, a female incarnation of the monk who frequently collaborates with themselves. The most famous incarnation of the monk outside of the on-screen one is probably the Rufus Hound incarnation. And I bring this up because Rufus Hound actually makes an appearance in the New Who episode, The Woman Who Lived, leading fans to speculate, without much evidence, that this is the monk. I don't know about that one, pals, but I think he will make his reappearance soon. The monk, or should I say Mortimus, depending on what you believe, and Omega are the only two real Time Lords to never fully return in the revival. And Drax. Can't forget Drax. And Romana. Actually, scratch that. Plenty of Time Lords haven't come back. I don't know why I said that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.